Hello and welcome to the Quick Start Add or Change Expense Codes video tutorial for ESILAW. Click Expense Codes to proceed. The Expense or Disbursement Codes feature is used to add disbursement codes and to edit, delete, and print disbursement code information. Disbursement codes describe charges recorded on clients, such as postage or photocopies. Disbursement codes make data entry easier. Instead of typing a description of a disbursement each time, type the code assigned to the description, and the description will fill in automatically. Disbursement codes are also used to group transactions on client bills. Sample disbursement codes are included by default, but you should review this list and customize it to suit your needs. You can delete the entire list except 0, 998, and 999 if necessary, and then add disbursement codes as needed for your firm. Code 0, 998, and 999 are internal codes that are used in both disbursement entry and firm checks when a unique description must be entered. Code 0 is used for transactions subject to tax where the tax is included in the amount entered. ESILAW will display the tax included with the option to edit the amount as necessary. Code 998 is used for transactions subject to tax and the tax is not included in the amount entered. This includes non-taxable transactions that are paid without tax but must be charged to clients with tax. If your firm does not charge tax, these tax settings will not apply to your firm. Code 999 is used for non-taxable transactions. Not all firms record disbursements, so if your firm does not, you can skip this step. To add a new disbursement code, click New. Use Enter, Tab, or the mouse to navigate through the fields. Enter a unique numeric code to assign to the disbursement code. Codes must be between 1 and 999. Enter the description of the disbursement code. This description will appear on the client as a description of a disbursement entry. Select a GL account if the code will be used for entering disbursements. When entering a disbursement with this code, this general account will be credited. If you do not enter an account here, you will need to select one when entering transactions to this code for the first time. In the Tax 1 field, select Yes if the disbursement is set to Tax 1 taxable. Otherwise, select No. Tax is calculated and entered on the client and general ledger when the client is billed for the disbursement. The billing program determines whether a disbursement is taxable based on the disbursement code tax settings. Enter the Tax 1 rate if it differs from the default tax rate. To check the default rate, click Settings, System Settings, and click the Tax Settings tab. In the Tax 2 field, select Yes if the disbursement is subject to Tax 2. Otherwise, select No. Enter the Tax 2 rate if it differs from the default rate. Select Tax Included if Tax 1 will be included in the disbursement amount that you will enter when entering transaction. This field applies only if the disbursement is Tax 1 taxable. For example, if you enter $10 as the amount of the disbursement, is tax included in this amount, or is tax to be calculated on top of this amount? Enter a fixed rate to charge a flat amount for the disbursement. You will be unable to edit this amount when entering transactions. Enter a unit rate to charge for individual units of this disbursement. Assign unit rates if you charge for individual units of the disbursement, for example, such as photocopies at 30 cents a page. When you enter a disbursement using this code, you will enter the quantity of the disbursement instead of the amount. The program will then calculate the amount based on the unit rate. Select Group on Bills if multiple transactions with this code for the same client should be grouped on bills. For example, if there are 10 postage transactions on a file, but you want one postage total on the bill, choose this option. If you prefer each transaction to be listed individually on bills, leave this option unchecked. In the Canadian version of ESILAW, Display on Bills As applies only to firms in Alberta, Canada. In the Canadian version of ESILAW, Display on Bill As applies only to firms in Alberta, Canada. Select Other if the disbursement qualifies as an other charge, otherwise select Disbursement. Click Save to finish adding a new disbursement code. If you will be entering disbursements in your data conversion and you wish to enter disbursements as a total for each client, create a disbursement code called Balance Forward to speed up data entry. I recommend that this code be set up as non-taxable, as tax can be calculated at billing. If you wish to continue with the Quick Start setup of ESILAW, please select the Quick Start User Accounts video tutorial next.